Hello, Joshua Conley here. Thought I'd do a very quick update. Harvest show is just around the corner, and I've worked on these two steam engines, my number 17 and my Corliss that I picked up last year. So let's start off with the Jensen. Few things. I replaced the brushes because they're cheap, and I've had this for several years, and there's some decent wear on them. So there's that. I'll get to the terminals in a sec. So while I was doing that, I had it upside down. And as you can see, I have a new terminal on it. This is the old one. Had broken strands on it, and I figured, I better replace it because I'm here. So there's that. I have more bulbs on order. So there's that. The Corliss I've done quite a bit, so I'm sort of in the middle of trying to get a spring built to work. I've chopped and all that, and yeah, it's not going too well. So first thing I did was I put longer legs on it, just used bolts. These were the original ones, and the reason why I did that is so I can put a proper exhaust on it. I had funkiness right here, and I just wanted to get rid of it. So I made exhaust, and I have it coming out this way instead of the other way. For the main reason, I also, one of these was missing, so I replaced them. So I just had this fitting right here, the oiler, and then the input literally tacked on right here. But since this is a Corliss, I wanted to actually show the valve mechanism on this. Yes, I am currently still working on the governor belt. I think it broke while I was moving. Probably set something on top of it, or it just broke. Oh well. So yeah, so that's, and this piece right here, this 45 and the short piece screws onto the bottom of this once it's over the edge. That's the condensate drain. I just put a short pipe right here because why not? Instead of a piece of copper pipe. I think I'm going to leave the copper pipe on the other two. I do have a plan in the works. Don't know how well it's gonna come, is I'm gonna take the exhaust from one of the steam engines, either this one, the orange, or my grandpa's number 9, run it through aluminum block and use it to run a Stirling engine. That's all I'm gonna say is, so I ended up getting the Walesko dry belts. Not quite, I don't think it has enough, not enough diameter to effectively drive the governor. If you must know, it's like 85 degrees out. It's 83 in the metal shop. So the other thing I did was I tore apart a dryer. Colker, needed to get rid of it, and I figured, I'll help them, send most of it to scrap. This is what I'm keeping. I'm keeping the main wire harness, the blower, short piece of pipe so I can adapt that to whatever. Down there is the Right there is the 2000 watt heating element at 240 volt. So, and good old stainless steel drum. So I'm not quite sure, but I'm thinking pipe air up through the bottom and have it as a burn barrel. Of course, I don't really need to burn barrel, but it might be a fun project. So yeah, the bearing on the back wore through and started eating through the back plate. So yeah. That's been what up to me. I'm gonna button this up, and then I still gotta go get some food and have lunch. So thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Bye. Hello, I'm back. Thought I'd give you a quick update on the cordless. So I originally had the Wilesco Z80 or the 00820 2mm belts. They didn't work, so I bumped up to the Z0827 at 2.5mm, and much better, and it's a lot looser. So that was the problem all along. And this bolt back here was actually loose, so still a little loose, but I tightened it a little bit. So there's that. I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm in the middle of replacing the carburetor on this. Brand new carburetor from HIPAA. Link will be in the description. Same thing with air cleaners. Well, anyways, a brand new carburetor from HIPAA is more expensive than a rebuild kit for the OE Honda. I don't even know if this is a Honda. Probably is, but it doesn't say Honda or a name brand. Where this actually has some markings on it. So I'm in the middle of doing that. The HIPAA kit comes with the gaskets, new choke valve, new chunk of fuel line, new spark plug that I will not be using. I think I put a new spark plug in it. I'll probably wipe it down. Later I'll do the valve adjustment. I just want to get this thing running decently. And one other thing is it comes with a new tank strainer. So I just pulled the old one out. I don't know how fine of a mesh that is. It's not that dirty, but it's as old as the machine is. So I am just going to replace it with the new one. I wiped the bottom of the tank. Still got to wipe a little bit. I pulled the upper part of the cage off, 4 bolts, and the top part made it a heck of a lot easier to do that. 3 bolts for the tank. I partially removed the governor linkage, just this bolt, loosened this one so I could swing this out of the way so I could undo everything. So I am going to leave this space. Actually, I think I might, I'll just leave that spacer in place. Doesn't look like the gasket ripped. I'm not going to pry on it, so I'll be right back as soon as I put everything back together. I'm back. Thought I'd show you it all back together. That is with about 830 watt load. This is what it does with 1300. Here's 575. Just a fan. Just drop the load on there, so. I'm back. One thing I would mention is I ended up replacing this anti-surge spring because as you can see it's all bent and all that. And that's this spring right here. The main tension speed spring was fine. So that's another thing I had to replace. I did replace the air cleaner gasket from down under here along with the new air filter. I bought a new wing nut for the air filter underneath here as well, along with the carburetor kit that included a new gas tank filter. I did have to put a proper hose clamp in here because the spring clamps that they provided were pretty weak, and this one basically broke trying to just move it up and down. And I put some heat shrink on the gas line that they provided to go around this clamp. So that's another few things I've had to do to this. I'll be right back. I'm gonna fire up the old water pump rig without the water pump. Be right back. I'm back. As you can see, it's running, but not very well. The throttle cable is seized. I have it on a 1-click on stroke, and it's just barely idling. It didn't choke off. I'm back. So I've fixed the throttle on my water pump rig. So I tried to free up the old cable. I couldn't. I bought a universal throttle kit from Menards. And as you can see, this is the old throttle handle. I ended up just replacing the throttle handle. Had to drill out the holes to fit the 1/4-inch bolts. Cut the cable with some mini bolt cutters. I tried to get this off to work with the old throttle. I gave up after probably 10 seconds. It was easier just to do this, cut the cable length and call it good. So I checked the oil. It was low, so I added some oil and some Lucas Zinc Plus engine lubricant additive to help this thing. This thing only has 30 pounds compression. Still runs half decent, go figure. So that's what I've done. So I'll be keeping some parts, put on the rest. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Bye.